Welcome to the International Online Hockey Season number 5. Today is the Memorial Day issue. I am your host, Doc Torrey, and my co-host is Carney, the AGM of Pittsburgh. Carney, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Doc. Thanks for having me.
So, Carney, I understand you served in the Corps, so give me a little background on your time in the service, if you don't mind.
I joined the Marine Corps in 2003. I served 8 years active duty, 3 combat tours to Iraq starting in 2004, ending in 2008. I then got out of the Marine Corps in 2010, went back to Afghanistan for a year as a civilian, and I've been working for the Marine Corps ever since as a DoD employee. I work Camp Pendleton, California.
Well, congratulations. Welcome back home, by the way. As far as myself, I served 10 years in the Army, stationed in Germany, Korea, did 3 tours in Iraq myself, with the 1st Cav Division Air Assault Tour, and absolutely loved it. I wish I didn't get out. I got medically discharged. I actually got medically retired. But long story short, I do miss it. And thank you for serving, man. I wish we I'm sure we chewed the same sand together. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Or since the stats are irrelevant because of that hacker, which is another story altogether. Also, folks, once you know that we're on top of that, we're also getting a new program for My Stats. And it's going to be a lot better deal, and it's going to be, in the long run, a much better deal for the whole league. So, Carney, why don't you break down, what I'm looking for is your thoughts for the playoff push in the Central Division. What are your thoughts right now? Who's going to make it?
My number 1 pick to make the playoffs in the Central Division, and make a long run in the playoffs, is the St. Louis Blues. They have an owner that's been there for at least 3 seasons with the Blues, a GM, great scorer, great guy, great level-headed player, and a goaltender as their AGM, taking up almost no salary cap since the beginning of the season. He's actually a really good goaltender, sturdy, steady, and they do what they do. They built their team around core players, and then they find diamonds in the rough. I don't know how he does it year in and year out, but he hosts a lot of scouting lobbies, and he's good at it.
That's it, exactly. Scouting lobbies, exactly. So he keeps on his core nucleus, right, his players, and then just picks up diamonds in the rough, man. And that formula seems to be working every year. And shout out to you guys. That's good managing, by the way. Who else you got for me?
I've got the Winnipeg Jets making a flip.
Last week they were tied for 2nd place, and I believe they're still up there.
Yeah, and it's weird for me. I mean, I've only been around the season for two years. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Winnipeg, I don't hardly know anybody on their team. I know that they have a great goaltender in BOF Anaya, if that's how you pronounce it.
Yep.
I've never heard of their owner.
Is that Jerome? Is that Jerome and those guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I've never truly met these guys, other than a few skaters on their team. That's their defense, Private Penny, Ian Caution.
Mm-hmm.
Together, I know that they are playing well. They have to be because their record just truly reflects. And as far as their forwards goes, I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, another sign, too, is that you never see anybody from the Jets getting warnings, suspensions, right? So that's another sign, too. So, and a lot of teams that don't do anything negative go under the radar and just play clean hockey. Because all the other teams get highlighted, right, for the suspensions and, all the little tricks they try to do, play more games than they're supposed to, say inappropriate things, write inappropriate words in the chat box for hours upon hours. Why would you want to do that? I have no idea. But, yeah, they stay out there. In fact, anybody in the Central, they all been, all of them been really good, man. This up on Ottawa while I have the time here. And they're not going to like it, but I don't care. When we're running fun lobbies and on the weekends, right, and it says IOHL, okay, a lot of times you get guys coming up from, just got up, right up from waivers, the training camp guys, the owners have not seen, right, the GMs and the AGMs haven't seen them yet, they want to practice. What's a good time to do it? On the weekends, right? So we had a lobby up this weekend, and the lobby was up for about, over 8 hours, maybe 10 hours, probably 10 hours. Not one problem. Guys were coming and going, had a great time. Long story short, Ottawa shows up. What does Ottawa do? All of them lay on the ice. All of them. All 5 of them, right? They didn't do it once. They did it twice. We asked them not to do it, and they kept it up. So, look, man, I don't know why you're wasting everybody's time, Ottawa, to doing that stuff, man. It's not cute. It's not even funny, man. It's just a pain in the ass. And it's really disrespectful to other players that are taking their time out of the week to come in this lobby and to show some love. And what you guys do in return, man, whatever. You want to do that, go lobby, dude. Go club. I don't care. I don't care, man. Go OTP, but don't do that in the IOHL lobby room. That's all I'm asking, guys. That ain't too much. If you don't do it, don't show up. I don't really care if you play in our lobby, man. There's 29 other teams that want to participate, and if you don't want to participate, so be it. Sorry, I got in a sidetrack there, Carney. What else you got for me? I was thinking, what about Stars? You thinking any love for the Stars?
I do. Actually, I have them in my third spot for making the playoffs. Dallas once again, they have their core group of guys. They've managed to keep them through all the heartache of the beginning of the season. They've got Swizzy, G-Dollar Bills.
Yep.
Cobbert, their owner, he's a level-headed individual, and they ran a lot of scouting lobbies in the beginning of the season. Their defense is strong. They got Kidney Beans and Widowmaker out there, and they got good goaltending. I'm not saying they have the best goaltending in the league, but who does? I mean, it's the week in, week out thing. The next week you're not.
Goalies are like quarterbacks and pitchers, and when I mean it like this, is that once it cracks a little bit, they fold quickly, and they're very, you know what I mean. So you got to be very sensitive when you talk about goalies and pitchers and quarterbacks because it's all a head game with them, and
right.
It's tough, man. I would not want to play goalie. I played FIFA, I played keeper, loved it, but I tried goalie in no way. So goalies, you do have grande huevos. Good job, man. Good job, goalies. So I got a shout out from Big Pete, the owner of Detroit, and his question is to you, Carney. Does Colorado have a fighting chance in the playoffs?
A fighting chance. That's a tough one to say. Yeah, I think they do have a fighting chance.
Okay.
Are they going to be there? I don't think so.
So you say there's a chance, Carney. That's the most important thing.
And the only reason I'm saying there's a chance.
All right. How about
the fact?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The only reason I'm saying there's a chance is the fact that the division is weak. They're all within 10 points of each other, with the exception of the top two teams.
I think that's awesome. I think that's great. They can still fight. They got chance. Yeah, I love it. I love the concept.
Every single one of the teams is 1 week, 2 weeks of having stellar play from being so far untouchable from the other guys that they're going to be in. So fighting chance, yes. They still got a lot of work to do on their lineup still.
Okay. How about the Blackhawks? They've been hitting me up. They've been sending me messages. What's your take on Chicago?
I recently played a game against Chicago.
Oh, do tell.
Pittsburgh won that game.
Yay!
I think we're moving in the right direction over there. But Chicago, they played well.
Yeah.
They truly did. They played well. I know their GM, Tribe. He's a good guy. He's here with the league. He's been here with the league for a couple seasons. He's an official.
He's official. Yeah, Tribe. He does a lot of work. And I'll tell you, those guys put in hours. Sir Mike Dyke, Captain Clutch, Drunk, all those guys, man. You wouldn't believe it. But yeah, they're good people, by the way.
Right. And as far as their skaters go, I mean, they have some names there.
You're right.
Henrose, Fractag. They have the people.
Right.
They have the players. I'm not sure where their goaltending's at, though.
Okay.
And I think that might be their weak point as to why they're not making that greater push towards the top.
Right. We didn't. How about any love for Nashville? Any insights on the Predators?
Nashville. What I've heard of Nashville recently hasn't been too good.
Yeah. What's going on?
They just seem to have some problems. I know they got one guy, help on my Nashville. Everybody knows him. That kind of gets into people's heads. It's annoying. It sucks having that mentality on your team. Where trolling is one thing. I like to have a little bit of fun in the chat box, but then there's bashing your management.
Correct.
And, requesting a trade every 5 seconds.
It's hard. Right, because you're looking at least 15 people you're dealing with that you really don't. Some you might know, some guys you might know personally, but majority of people you don't know. And when you're dealing with college and work and family and whatever, it's so hard to get all 15 in. And that's why I think that St. Louis has stumbled onto something, right? I mean, they keep their core players, and they just get in the pieces they need in the scouting lobbies. And it's so hard. Owners, man, it's a tough job, man. It is really a tough job because I'm not saying that some owners would try to sell you a dream. Oh, he's the best thing since Wayne Gretzky. You'll love him. He's always on. The next thing you know, he can only play on Thursday nights and Easter. So I've dealt with some of those owners, but the majority of the owners, man, they really do good. They really will help you in trades too. There's a lot of I know Burns helps out. I know you do. I know Detroit does. But there's certain other teams that will just try to steal your money, kiss your wife, and
Right.
take your car.
One big thing that Nashville has going for them is their cap. They still have $15 million remaining cap space.
Right. And
they
you know
could
what?
definitely make a
right.
push.
They can make a push, get some good players. Yeah, I mean, not that they have good players. It's just it's so hard to get. We had implemented that we have our set lineup, right? And this is Pittsburgh too. When I was on Pittsburgh, we used to do the same thing. We also have emergency players, right? Just in case the connection level or some emergency happens. So we also have it's good to have a plan, a backup plan, just in case that does happen.
Yeah, and it seems like Nashville just might need that piece.
Right. Well, they got the dough.
That
go get you
one or
some
two guys that. I'm not saying they're all bad players or all
Right.
great players. I'm saying that they need that guy that's going to come in and click with everybody.
Correct.
Going to make every single player around them better because of his play on the ice, and that's what they need. And I think they can find him with $15 million.
Well, good deal. They could definitely get a. It comes from we talked about this last week. It comes from the goalie, defense, and working your way out too. And but I think they still get a chance. Did we mention? Did we leave anybody else? The Wild? Did you talk about them at all?
We did not talk about Minnesota.
Okay. Your thoughts?
Minnesota, they got some players over there. Brosaurus Rex, it's a good center.
Oh, there's Gurn. Gurn's a good baller. I mentioned him last week. Squirtle, no love.
I don't know what's going on
Rex
there in
is good
Minnesota.
people. Doom, Poop Smith, these are good guys, man. Yeah, I
They
hope
have
they get it
some
together.
great guys there. They
Right.
really do. They have some
Right.
great guys there. Guys that are not. They're no nonsense guys. They're going to
Right.
have fun.
I'm gonna
And
win.
they're going to try to win.
Right.
I don't know why they're not taking over. Maybe just because the other teams they've gone up against they said we want more players than you. I don't know.
Well, you also have a lot of management changes too. A lot of ownership and management teams too, and that is so. It's so hard. It's so sad to see, right? Because now you're just totally rebuilding, right? I mean, now you have to come in, and this just recently happened to one of my favorite teams, the Boston Celtics, right? I mean, when you had Pierce and Garnett and Rondo on there, what did they have to do? They had to come in and had to clear anybody out, and they're restarting again, right? So that's what happens too when you get new owners, right? They got to clear in the house because you got a lot of divas on here that they'll say, oh, if you don't pick up this player, I'm requesting a trade. It's like, man, go get stepping, go. If you're gonna try to strong arm an owner or management, saying, oh, I only play this game and that play, and if you don't get so and so, I'm not gonna play. Then I'm gonna tell you, eat it, dude. We don't need you. There's so many dudes that are on the waiting list when we be called up. There's so many diamonds in the rough. I'll take my chances. I'll take my chance on a TC player, most definitely. You never know what you find in there. So if you come with an attitude, the owners. Now, I'm not saying that some owners are the best in the world. You get to get respect, you have to give respect. But in the same token, don't try to strong arm me. Don't tell me what you're gonna do and not gonna do. I don't care, man. Go play LG. Go play another league. I don't care, man. We want players that are gonna bring a good team philosophy and team spirit. We're not gonna win all of them, but with the players, the ones I really dislike is that when things are going well, they're all yeehaw on your bandwagon, right? And then when you lose a game, whatever, they just make excuses, they point fingers. Like, man, hey, everybody screws up, man, But those are the players when times get tough and they start chirping, send them because they're just a cancer to your team. They're just radiation. Anything else we missed out on the Central?
No.
Cover the Blues, the Jets, the Stars, Predators, Chicago, Avalanche, and the Wild. All right. That's some good insights, Carney. Thank you.